a young woman starring in her own home movie cavorts on the shores of an alpine lake. Eva Braun, Adolf Hitler's girlfriend. He was 23 years older. She was a strictly kept state secret. Their relationship could never be made public.
German women adored Hitler. They projected all their fantasies onto him. Now, that might not have worked so well if Hitler was known to have a girlfriend or a mistress or a wife and a family. It was very important for Goebbels' propaganda machine that Hitler remained celibate.
Eva Braun's home movies showed Hitler to be something very different from the propaganda portrait of the celibate, lonely leader.
I think that was part of his image, a carefully calculated image. The idea that he was married to Germany, that Germany was sort of in his soul, and there could be no distractions.
Eva Braun's films were never meant to be seen outside the Berghof, Hitler's alpine retreat above the Bavarian picture postcard town of Berchtesgaden. In the public eye, she didn't exist. It was only after they married and killed themselves in the Berlin bunker that Eva Braun became infamous. She was one of the many young women who attempted suicide after falling under Hitler's spell. Maria Reiter was 16. Her brother-in-law only just saved her from suicide when Hitler spurned her. Gaili Raubel was Hitler's niece. She was only 23 when she killed herself in Hitler's apartment. Unity Mitford was the English aristocrat infatuated with Hitler, who shot herself when she was 25. According to Hitler, there is nothing better than to train such a young thing, a girl, as pliable as wax.
You do see footage of women kind of wailing and gnashing, you know, with passion for him. And of course, some of that is the outpouring of Goebbels' propaganda machine. But I think we can be pretty certain, I mean, certainly from diaries and letters, that many women, certainly younger women, had basically a crush on Hitler.
It wasn't just young, pliable girls, but also mature, high-status women like Winifred Wagner, who were enthralled by his charms and political might. The wealthy industrialist divorcee Magda Goebbels was also attracted to Hitler. She had to make do with his propaganda minister Joseph Goebbels. As his wife, she was the first lady of the Nazi regime. She was but one of a host of women who fell under Hitler's often fatal attractions. But as a young man in his Austrian hometown of Linz, it seems that Adolf Hitler was shy and impotent among women.
The people who knew him at the time, I think there was a guy called August Kubisek, who wrote his memoirs, describes Hitler as very sort of awkward in the company of girls. He didn't have a girlfriend at all in his early life. There's no mention of any girl.
Until he spotted Stephanie, a high-ranking government official's daughter he didn't dare approach.
So that Hitler had this kind of fantasy woman. She was blonde, she was tall, she was unattainable. He saw her across a park. Apparently, he wrote poetry to her. He also wrote her a love letter, but he never signed it.
Stephanie caught the eye of many admirers, but Hitler could only watch as she strolled down the main street with her mother. He kept his adoration to himself, until much later, when the official's daughter received a mysterious letter.
I did get an anonymous letter in which he told me he was about to go to the Academy of Arts in Vienna, but then he would return to Linz and marry me.
Hitler never made it into the Academy of Arts in Vienna. Stephanie married someone else. An infamous course of history resumed its fateful path. In August 1914, a kind of war euphoria engulfed a generation of young German men and a 25-year-old Austrian volunteer, Adolf Hitler. He joined an infantry reserve regiment and was sent to the Western Front. His unit suffered devastating losses. As a messenger, Corporal Hitler was spared the horrors of trench combat, but he was awarded the Iron Cross Medal for bravery, something he would later display on his dictator's jacket. His regiment's diary still exists in the Bavarian State Archive. It says that